flight out of the hands. How have you kind of seen him mature, or how is he different this camp compared to a year ago?
Well, I think first and foremost, he's probably a little bit more comfortable. Last year he came into camp with the anxiety of trying to make the club and where he was at and find his footing, and now it's in a situation where making sure that he's working on his repertoire, adding the two-seamer, just being able to use pitches. But it was encouraging to see how the ball came out of his hand today.
For a guy who is so results-driven, success-driven, can it be tough to remind him, like, hey, this is going to be a process to learn this new pitch, and it's not going to come overnight?
100%. And the great thing about BP with your own group is get feedback. Get
Right.
feedback from our hitters, because they're sitting there, they know you, they've seen you, they've played behind you. They're going to give you the most honest feedback. It's not like we're going to get in a game against Baltimore and he's going to run over and ask Gunnar Henderson, hey, how's the two-seamer play? So in situations like this, we need to make sure that he's getting feedback not only from the metrics, from what he's feeling, but also from our hitters.
You get Tommy Pham here for the first day and sends one on top of the roof here. What was it just like to get him out here and the personality that he brings to the team? Because we asked him, like, what do you bring? And he said, I bring me.
Yeah.
I bring a lot of experience.
That's exactly what we wanted. We wanted Tommy Pham. I mean, he was a guy we've targeted. He's a guy we've liked for a long time. I mean, I think the biggest thing you can say about Tommy Pham is he's a winner, and he drives not only himself and has an expectation for his teammates to win, and that was important to put in our clubhouse.
Derek, does this day ever get old? I mean, coming out here full squad workout for the first time and just, sort of the emotions are all happy.
No, it's good. I mean, you get through pitchers and catchers, and I was really pleased with our pitcher-catcher group in terms of the intensity, the enthusiasm, the positivity, and the competitiveness that we have. But once you get your full group and you get on the field, I mean, even though you're just running through outfield drills and you're just taking ground balls, it's good to have the group together.
What was the message to the group today? I think we talked to them beforehand.
I think the main message is, just like with pitchers and catchers, talking about winning, talking about the expectation of winning, talking about the little things that we do and how you hold yourself accountable as a group, not only for yourself, but for the team. I mean, the person to the right and left you has an expectation that you're going to do the little things that help, and that's not only in games, but it's also when we do our drill work.
Is the focus on minutia details, is that the big difference in what you want from this team this year? Is it saying this is the difference between winning and losing?
I think you win in the margins. I mean, very much so. And when we have to win those margins, we have to do little things, and we have to work on those things. Spring training is a good time to do it, and it's also a hard time to do it because you don't get a ton of opportunities early on. You don't play as much. Certain situations may not come up if there's 32 games, 33 games. There may be situations that don't come up. We have to make sure that we try to drill them as much as possible within our work, and then when we have them in games, highlight them.
Having guys like Kutch, Pham, Frazier that have playoff experience and also have a lot of time in the major leagues, how much does that help drill that in? Is that these guys, Frazier talked about that. That's the difference between winning and losing teams that they experienced last year.
Yeah, 100%. It's a difference between winning and losing. It's a difference between close games. You go back and look at games you lost or games you won, and then how did you win those games on the margin? What are the little things? And it, is not just something that happens in the 7th or 8th inning. It could be something that happens in the 2nd inning. It could be the execution of a PFP play, it could be the execution of a pitch, a 1st and 3rd, if you got a guy over, if you got a guy in. I think one of the things that Ben and I talked about was making sure that the guys you mentioned and other people specifically grow. Either we bring those guys into our clubhouse or guys grow into those roles.
How important is it to have that kind of rub off on the young guys in the clubhouse that are kind of around here for spring training?
Very important, because the mindset is not just at the major leagues. The mindset, or not just in Pittsburgh, the mindset is organizationally. So having an open conversation about it and having those older guys mix in with those younger guys and be able to have those conversations, that is very important for us organizationally.
Shelton Hayes is back. He wants to contribute. Just talk a little bit about him coming back and ramping up and being the player he can be.
Yeah, we're very happy that Key's back in terms of health-wise. That's the most important thing. We've seen when he's healthy what he's able to do. Really like the adjustments he's made to his swing this offseason. But first and foremost, he is healthy and on the field and on a smile on his face. And it's like watching him take ground balls. That's different. That's why they hand out gold gloves. And the more we keep Key on the field, the better off we're going to be.